So here's the sewer camera. You get a hard shell case, which is very nice, and you can keep everything in here organized and neat. The only drawback about this is where you're putting this in a sewer, so please make sure it's very clean and dry before you enclose it in a case. Some of the other ones are open so it can breathe and stuff like that, but this one, I like that it keeps everything tidy. It's just make sure it's clean. That's all. So with that, you get a user manual. Definitely take a look at it. A lot of good information on how to use a lot of stuff in here. So please take a look at that. And then going on from the monitor that's right here. So what you get is a monitor right here, and then it's a color monitor, very clear. You got some buttons here that you can control some things, how the image, you can flip it if you need to, stuff like that. There's two buttons right here. You push these in, and then on the side right here is where you have the SD card. They give you an SD card, which is nice, but if you want to replace it or anything like that, or you lose this one, you can always replace that. And then be careful because there's a wire that connects it to the unit. So don't pull that out, put it back in, and you're good to go. Now this right here is a sun visor. So if you're outside in the sun and it's hard to read a screen, so you use this and it keeps the sun ray, the beaming light from being able to see the screen. And you flip it up, push it down, you can cover it back up. Now that the supplies that you get right here, let's just talk about here from the outside. So this is the cable that connects to the monitor. This is a testing cable. I'll explain this a little later, but basically, if you just want to bypass this yellow cable and connect it straight to the camera to this box, you can. So getting to that, this is the power cable. The power box. This is how you power the camera. It has a battery. It'll last about 6 to 8 hours. And then starting from the top, here's the video. So connecting the monitor is pretty easy. Here's power, and then here is video. You have another video out here. This is how you charge this box. Then you can adjust the LED light that's on the camera. And then this is the on and off switch. You can see the gauge of the battery. I'm about halfway. Turn that off. And right here is where you connect this battery to the yellow cable. Now putting this aside, let's take this out. So this is the actual cable for the camera. Like I said, you have a handle here, and then this piece right here, you connect, there's a cable right here, you connect this cable to this and to the battery pack, and then that's how it powers the camera. And then here is where you actually hook up the camera. This is a cover. You just screw this cover off and then put the camera on. So let me show you the camera. This cable is very stiff, which is a good thing when you're trying to push it down a sewer. And then here is the camera. Before we get to that, this is the charging cable. So you just use this cable and you plug it into the box. And then right here, this is the camera. You can see it has the LED lights around the camera in the center. And then this piece can actually come off if you want it to. I like this one for sewers because it's hard. So if I hit something rough, because I have a clay pipe and it's kind of off-centered, so I have to push past it, and this helps me push past it. It bends, as you can see, so flexible. And it's very sturdy, so waterproof, so good. Very happy about that. And then speaking of the attachments, you have a softer foam-like attachment if you want to use that instead. I don't really care for these because they absorb things, and especially when I'm putting it down a sewer, stay away from that. And so they advise to use that one anyways. And then to keep this head on, there's actually some little plastic nylon screws that you have to put in there. So they give you extra of those plus a screwdriver. And then also in here, you have still more screws and a screwdriver. And you have a key, because right here you can actually lock the case if you wanted to. So throwing all this back into the side, let's put this here for a second. And then here, I think this is the coolest thing ever. So if I took this black piece off and then I wanted to put this through here, say I have a lot of water in my sewer or something where it was just blinding the camera because it was in the way, you can kick out these little feet however you need to get the camera to be positioned however you want. So let's put it backwards for a second just so you can see it, because I don't feel like taking it apart. And then these things spin. How cool is that? And then if you put it the right way, it'll roll, but it'll keep the camera out of the muck. So as I said, with this test cable, if you wanted to just bypass the yellow cord and just test the camera, all you do is plug the one end here and then another end here, and then that's how you can test the camera, make sure everything's still good and you have no issues, and say you may have a problem with the cable. And you can buy replacement parts. You can get replacement cable, you can get a replacement camera. You just go to their store on Amazon and they have a lot of different parts. So with that also, I thought it was kind of funny that the one I got is 65 feet. So they measure the length in 65 in feet, but on here, it actually gives you meters, so you know how far the cable is going in. So you know how, say you see a blockage or something like that, you know how how much cable you've used to do that. So it has like 16, 12, you can see that here. So I just thought that was weird that, you know, on the listing it says 65 feet, but the cable is in meters. So just know that if you don't like meters, there you go, you're gonna have to convert it to feet. But besides that, that's it. So here's a quick demonstration of how well the camera works, and you can get a view of what the recording looks like. So here I'm putting a camera down my sewer drain to see how bad the roots are, because I have roots growing in it, and you can see it has a nice, clear, vivid picture. Tells me I definitely have a problem and I need to work on that. But as you can see, everything looks perfect and it functions exactly the way I want it to. So I hope this gives you an idea of what the camera looks like and what you can expect from it. Hope this helps. Take care.